When he was drafted in the second round, 47th overall, the New Orleans Saints knew they were getting a talented wide receiver in Michael Thomas. What they did not know was how talented of a receiver they were getting, or else the organization likely would have taken the Ohio State product sooner. Thomas came to the Buckeyes as a three-star prospect and the country's 89th-ranked wide receiver in the 2011 class according to the 247 Sports Composite. Despite playing some his freshman year and recording 3 receptions for 22 yards under first-year head coach Urban Meyer, Thomas redshirted during his sophomore season. He entered his redshirt sophomore year as a backup, but that quickly changed. In 2014, Thomas quickly became a favorite target for Buckeye quarterback J.T. Barrett, recording 54 receptions for 799 yards and 9 touchdowns as the Scarlet and Gray went on to win the national championship. Next season, he continued his production with 56 catches for 781 yards and 9 more scores. This led to his second-round selection by the Saints in the 2016 draft. Thomas quickly worked his way into a key role for New Orleans, becoming a go-to target for quarterback Drew Brees. Despite being only 2 years into his professional career, Thomas is rapidly becoming one of the top receivers in the NFL. Put the ball in his vicinity, and he catches the ball. At Saints WR at Can't Guard Mike caught more passes in his first 2 seasons than any receiver in NFL history. Put the ball in the vicinity and he catches the ball. It did not take long for Thomas to start setting records in the NFL. He became only the second receiver in the history of the league to catch at least 90 passes in his first 2 seasons, the other is Odell Beckham Jr. And after 2017, he caught more passes, 196, than any wideout over his first 2 years in the NFL. You hardly ever see him drop a ball, Panthers wide receiver Matthew Slater said of Thomas. He's just so consistent. Whether it was the motivation of redshirting as a sophomore or the fact that he wasn't a first-round pick, Thomas has found whatever he needed to put in the work and receive these praises. Perhaps no one knows Thomas, and what he has gone through, better than Marshon Lattimore. The cornerback was teammates with Thomas for 2 years at Ohio State and then joined him on the Saints last year after he was New Orleans' first-round pick. Before Lattimore was turning into a Pro Bowl defensive back and the league's Defensive Rookie of the Year, Lattimore dealt with hamstring issues that kept him off the field, something he turned into his own motivation. From working with Thomas on 2 different teams at different levels and going against him on a daily basis, Lattimore sees the talent of the receiver. He knows how to do what works for him, he said of his teammate. He's not the fastest guy, but he's physical and he knows how to get open. Y'all just got to see him in practice. Both Lattimore and Thomas were recently voted to the NFL's top 100 players by their peers as No. 82 and number 81 respectively, something Lattimore certainly believes Thomas deserves. I feel like he proved that this year that he was top 100, Lattimore said. He was going against some of the best. What's next for the Buckeyes? Make sure you're in the loop. Take 5 seconds to sign up for our free Buckeyes newsletter now. Want the latest scoops and news on the Buckeyes? Try our 7-day free trial and become a Bucknet subscriber.